There are a couple of little things I want to mention about how I've been built this. These boards right here, they're oak, so that they're strong. They just laid them there so that I had something to stand on while I was working at. I can take them off now because the roof is over it now. I couldn't crawl in there anyway. And the other thing I wanted to show is that this piece here, I still haven't. Oh, it's taken. Whoops, I'm probably too close. It's taken some weight now. So maybe I didn't. I was gonna bolt this right there, run a carriage bolt down through there, and I haven't yet. Let's see if this one also is. Yeah, it's taken a little bit of weight too. I still may do that. See, it's the stop for the corner strut. Let's just check if the other one is. And then now it doesn't really have weight on it yet. But anyway, it's one of those things I neglected. And then right here, maybe you can see I can take those boards off too because they're not of use anymore. They were just working like scaffolding. You might understand a little bit better what I was talking about if I left one board on there. I put one on the far side, one on the near side, and one over the span between the two. You have to be very careful when you're doing that you don't lay a trap for somebody to fall down through. I'm going to take that out, and I think I'm going to use this space already as storage because these strips, these edgings that I got at the sawmill, you get them for free. But when they lay out in the sun, they really warp. And so that's as good a place as any to store them, I think. Still another thing I could mention, I have begun to think pretty seriously about, as a matter of fact I probably will, build a second low dwarfish faux cut right beside that one because I want to see how it is to build the two together so that they're modular and they're joined. And so what I did was I just laid out half of the points of load, 6 of them. There'd be 6 more. I wanted to see if there was room, and there is room. I'll be able to get around that. So I'll clear that stuff out and probably begin that fairly soon because I have this lumber, and this is not appropriate now for what comes up above, but it is, a lot of it is appropriate for doing the sill and and the maybe even some of the posts of a second faux cut. And I want to use it up before I go to the sawmill to get more. That's where I was, and now I'm beginning to clean this pile of lumber up, or at least move it. Clean it up too. But anyway, I'm going to take it up on the hill. This isn't structural, but sometimes people want some weathered wood. But anyway, why I paused was because I wanted you to see this piece. When I look at a piece like this, it tells the whole story. I know exactly where that came from. That was the neighbor's barn that burned down, and this is the part that was against beams, and it didn't quite burn through. Here's a piece that tells a completely different story. This must have been a floor, part of a floor. It was planed only on the top, so this was the top, and you can tell by that tongue. And there's another tongue, and there's a tongue there. So what I've got there collected together is old flooring. Now this piece isn't tongue and groove, this is shiplap. So it must have been siding. And you could probably easily look at that and say, why would you keep something like that? Actually, lots of reasons. For one thing, everything on the truck could be part of the subfloor in a faux cut. Going at a 45, it doesn't have to be strong at all. There's an old rafter. Here's the bird's mouth I cut into it. That was probably chopped in too. This is pretty old. You can tell the pitch of the roof by that plumb cut there. And I believe it was sawed off at the top or broke off. Well, I got that wood restacked. It's on the truck. Almost all of it I can use for one thing or another. But I've also got that space cleared. I think this afternoon still I'm going to start up to level up for the next faux cut. There, those are the 12 points, more or less, approximately, and I'll level them up tomorrow. This part is so easy and fun. And that's the way the other building looks right now from this side. There's that cat.